In the small town of Circleville, Ohio, a quiet community was about to be plunged into a chilling mystery that would captivate its residents and baffle investigators for years to come. It all began in the summer of 1976 when a series of handwritten letters began arriving in mailboxes, setting off a chain of events that would unravel the secrets of this close-knit town. The letters were anonymous, meticulously crafted, and filled with venomous accusations. They targeted various individuals in Circleville, exposing their deepest secrets and hidden transgressions. No one was safe from the letters' piercing words, which struck fear into the hearts of the town's inhabitants. The letters were extremely detailed, and the anonymous writer seemed to have an in-depth knowledge of the recipients' personal lives, including their deepest secrets and private affairs. This added to the fear and paranoia among the recipients, as they couldn't figure out how the writer knew so much about them. The letters were sent on different types of media and were not limited to just written notes. Some recipients received letters, while others received postcards or even messages spray-painted on signboards. This variety of media heightened the sense of unease and made it difficult to track down the culprit. Many of the letters contained explicit threats, including threats of physical harm and death. The recipients were genuinely terrified for their safety and the safety of their loved ones, as the writer seemed willing to carry out these threats. In 1977, the situation escalated when a high school bus driver named Mary Gillespie received one of the letters. The letters accused Mary of having an affair with the superintendent of schools, Gordon Massey, and warned her to end the relationship. But Mary vehemently denied the allegations, claiming that she was innocent of the accusations that had tarnished her reputation. As the letters continued to arrive, their tone grew increasingly threatening. Mary's life was turned upside down, and the entire town was caught in the grip of fear. The residents wondered who could be behind these sinister messages and what their motivations might be. Driven by a desperate need to uncover the truth and put an end to the torment, Mary's husband, Ron Gillespie, took matters into his own hands. He became determined to unmask the anonymous letter writer and bring them to justice. Ron tirelessly investigated every lead, trying to find any clue that could shed light on the identity of the elusive culprit. But the Circleville letters seemed to possess an uncanny ability to stay one step ahead. Every time Ron thought he was closing in on the truth, the writer would retaliate with a new wave of letters, taunting him and threatening his family. It was as if the anonymous author reveled in the power they held over the Gillespies and the entire town of Circleville. Ron's relentless pursuit led him to one suspect, Paul Freshour, Mary's former brother-in-law. Ron believed that Paul harbored resentment towards Mary and may have been seeking revenge through the anonymous letters. Later that year, she was found dead in her car, which had crashed into a tree. The crash was initially deemed an accident, but evidence later suggested foul play. Mary Gillespie's death raised suspicions among the community. Some even suspected that the local law enforcement and officials were involved in a cover-up to protect the true identity of the writer. Paul Freshour, Mary Gillespie's brother-in-law, was eventually charged and convicted of writing the letters. However, many people believed that Freshour was wrongly accused and that the true writer was still at large. However, the story took an unexpected twist during Paul Freshour's trial. A stunning revelation emerged that shattered the already fragile narrative. An unidentified caller contacted the police, claiming that they knew the true identity of the Circleville letter writer and that it was not Paul Freshour. The anonymous caller dropped a bombshell that would cast doubt on the entire case. They alleged that the actual letter writer was an unidentified member of law enforcement who had a personal vendetta against Mary Gillespie. The caller claimed that this law enforcement officer was responsible for the letters and had framed Paul Freshour to cover their tracks. This revelation sent shockwaves through the courtroom and left everyone questioning the true identity of the Circleville letter writer. Despite Paul Freshour being behind bars, the Circleville letters did not stop. More letters were sent, which further fueled speculation about Freshour's innocence and the existence of another unidentified writer. The case against Paul Freshour fell apart, and he was eventually acquitted of the charges. The mystery unsolved, leaving Circleville in a state of confusion and disbelief. To this day, the true identity of the Circleville letter writer remains a mystery. The case has garnered national attention and continues to fascinate true crime enthusiasts. The letters, once a symbol of fear and torment, now serve as a chilling reminder of a community's descent into darkness. The story of the Circleville letters serves as a testament to the power of secrets, the fragility of trust, and the lengths people will go to protect their own. It reminds us that even in the most idyllic towns, darkness can lurk beneath the surface, waiting to be unleashed with the stroke of a pen. As time passes and memories fade, the Circleville letters continue to haunt the imagination, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and a chilling legacy that will forever be etched into the annals of true crime history.